Meanwhile, Florida's new law restricting abortion after 6 weeks will not go into effect just yet. That's because the Florida Supreme Court is currently weighing whether to uphold the state's current 15-week abortion ban. The 6-week ban will only take effect if the current ban is upheld. And joining us now, Florida State Senator and Democratic leader Lauren Book. Thank you so much for joining us. I wonder if you could explain what this 6-week ban would mean for women in Florida.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. Very plainly put, what this means for women in Florida and really across the Southeast is women and girls will die. They will suffer. This is one of the most restrictive abortion bans in the country, even more so than Texas in some ways. They ban the use of telehealth. They have 2 physicians to certify fetal abnormalities. They also have a rape and incest exemption up to 15 weeks. But to receive that exemption, you have to show paperwork, have documentation, have a court injunction. And as a survivor of sexual assault myself, we know those things don't happen. This really will hurt women and girls throughout the Southeast.
And what is being done to try and communicate this to Republican leaders in Florida? And what do you make of Ron DeSantis doing a signing in private and tweeting this late at night? I'm confused. Is he proud of himself, or is he trying to hide it, or what's going on?
I think we're all very confused living in Florida right now in the dystopian Ron DeSantis Florida. We just wish that he would decide to run for president and get out of Florida so that we can stay safe. Look, he did sign this in the darkness of night, wouldn't talk about the bill signing, when he was at a conservative university the very next day. But look, what does this mean and what have we done? We have communicated to Republicans, and we all know that this is not something that Floridians support. 75% of Floridians don't support these types of bans, and it's dangerous. We know that women are being sent home in our state, not just in Texas, to develop sepsis, carrying a fetus that isn't viable because of this ban, because they're using political and religious rhetoric to create policy, and how dangerous it is for women across the Southeast. It's awful. It's horrific. And I believe that, this is going to come home to roost.
So I'm curious politically what your options are. And I just want to sort of emphasize what you've said, because it's not an understatement. Women will die. Mifepristone and being able to terminate pregnancies, it is not just about terminating a normal pregnancy very late in a pregnancy. It's about women's health. It's about women's life or death situations. And I don't think that can be stated enough, because it seems to be often sort of washed over as just one specific thing. But what can Democrats do? You don't have the votes. And yet, as you said, 75% of Floridians are on a different side of this.
We're working on getting this on the ballot in 24. That's our only option at this point. And to continue to show the depravity, really, of the extreme GOP agenda here in Florida. But it's really getting it on the ballot, having people come out, use their voice. I heard former President Bill Clinton's comments, in your segment previously. It's getting people to talk to each other. But we universally know this isn't supported. And to your point, this abortion is healthcare. Abortion has always existed. It always will exist. It's whether or not it's safe. And now in the Southeast, it's not, because we know people came to Florida to receive some of that reproductive health care. And now the closest option is North Carolina, creating medical refugees to get the care that they need. And it's horrific and it's wrong. And we're going to do all that we can to fight back.
Florida State Senator, Democratic leader Lauren Book, thank you very much for coming on the show this morning. We appreciate it.